Safe Search is a huge step for Google. Google does not ever claim to be a kid's product, but they are. Same as YouTube. However, to put these kinds of functionalities and choices in for schools and librarians is huge. And it would be great to recognize this. To say, Google, you're doing something that's good. I'm assuming you kind of know how it works. We Choose the Moon was an effort, a collaborative effort between the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library and AOL. And if you haven't checked this out, it's wechoosethemoon.org. You actually go step by step through the mission from countdown, and you hear the real astronauts, the actual transmissions that are replicated on the right side of the screen as a Twitter feed. It turns out the Apollo 13 radio feed is exactly Twitter-sized, 140 characters.
Yes, we've landed or rover. Yeah.
That's like 80 characters. And it's really cool. So anyway, check that out. And then finally, Star Wars Game Creator is a complete Flash-based creativity system that lets kids make their own games by simply dragging and dropping game elements into a maze-like. So it is sort of a simple platformer, and then you can save it or share it. All done with Flash, no downloads, no saves, and so on. And it extends a popular brand into making kids digital creators. So that's the category. Questions? Comments? If you could help me out by voting, that'd be great. And they're all great choices. They all deserve an award. But what we're going to do now, the way this works is Linda is over there and Robin, and we have counters. The counting firm of Nessum, Raskin, and Buckleitner and Trailer, or anyone else will be counting these. And by 8 o'clock, we'll post the winners. Is this making sense? This is the first annual, so. All right, let's go on to the next category, 4 of 11. Music and rhythm was a very big category. Not in terms of uniqueness, because that was last year. That was when the first Rock Band came out. This year was the maturation of the category, as often happens in the space. I would disagree a little bit with Alan Kay in that I've seen kids pick up guitars, real guitars, and play them simply out of sheer motivation because of the Guitar Hero. I think I'd also agree the process is very different. But in alphabetical order, Band Hero from Activision. Everybody thinks Rock Band is the best, but Band Hero you can program all 4 instruments to be one thing. So if you want to do 4 vocals, you can. If you want all 4 people to be bass players, you can. So you could set the level on the lowest in a kindergarten. You could give all 4 kids on the easy level, and they could all play the bass part together, or the drums. You could set up 4 drum sets. So there's a lot of flexibility. It's a very interesting product, and it's well designed. Beatles Rock Band set the standard this year. And you can actually have 8 simultaneous players, because the Beatles were very talented individuals. They had 3 vocal parts going at once. So you can plug in 3 microphones, actually 7. And each can take a vocal, and then everyone else can play along. If you haven't done it yet, make sure you do. It's incredible. And, of course, the Beatles music. The Disney Sing It Pop Hits has a tutorial in it that is amazing. This uses the same kind of listen, see the pitch, hear the pitch, see it, which is this biofeedback system that is profound. It's so powerful. A person who's tone deaf can actually see that they're tone deaf and get quantified for it. And Disney has paired this technology with High School Musical, which is really some very rich music. It's obviously not going to appeal to everybody, but the technology and the way they did it is, the kids wouldn't stop playing it. Lego Rock Band took the theme, finally made it an E-rated thing. It was produced by Traveler's Tales. Not a whole lot of surprises in terms of the technology. And then finally, incredibly innovative Rhythm Heaven from Nintendo. Nintendo continually surprises us by just doing something completely different. You take the stylus, you flip that like a hockey puck, and make rhythms to match the music tracks. And it's just a completely different take. And so if you're looking to innovate, to award because of innovation, that's what you want to give the prize to. If you want to do it for state of the art, you have a lot of good choices there. Please make your choice. Ding! And we'll move to the next category. Do you remember computer software where you used to put in a disk and install it in your computer? Well, there was actually some of that this year. There were 3 nominees that were very highly rated and we thought set a new standard. There were a lot actually, but these were the 3 most highest rated. Giggle's Computer Fun Time for Baby, My Musical World by Lever Active is just another one of these press any key, highly causal kind of experiences. In this case, though, you actually see the music on the staff. And the higher you are on the keyboard, the higher the notes. You also, you can't fail, and there are like 12 instruments, 12 screens, and multiple languages. Just turns the computer, Mac or Windows, into a big sandbox. The Sims 3 The from Electronic Arts. Everybody knows The Sims, right? But if you want to know which product is truly state-of-the-art, it is The Sims 3. The Sims now can leave their homes. The face editing, you can make a Sim that really looks like you. They have really pushed the limit. And they've continued to make that series into something better than the last one. Sims 3 came out this spring, and it is clearly raised the bar. And then finally, World of Goo from Brighter Minds Media is an example of what I think Jean Piaget would have just gone crazy over. It's a constructivist kind of thing where you can bend these rubber-like struts of a bridge and build these structures. They're like rubber bands that are sticky. And you see how high you can make them, and then there's all these goals. You can make a bridge, you can attach balloons to your bridge so that it floats. And if you put too many balloons on, it'll raise too high and hit these spikes on the ceiling and pop, and then they'll plunge down. All of these different, it's sort of like dynamic physics. You wouldn't want to tell the kids they're using physics, but Brighter Minds actually, I think, published a version for the computer this year, and this game has been out, released in the past year, but this was the first time this year. So anyway, those are the choices for computer software. If you could make a choice based on that, that'd be great. For the Nintendo DS, all handheld apps can take a good lesson from the DS and the DSi. There's just so many good choices that are educational and really get you thinking. Henry Hatsworth in The Puzzling Adventure from Electronic Arts, a series of Mensa quality, basically, and I had to play all these, and I'm telling you, I am a lot smarter because of it, I can tell you. But your brain kind of hurts after you spend 10 minutes with these. JP?
What's the difference in that and Professor Layton? Are they pretty comparable? Or?
Yes, they are. They are very, very, very comparable, actually. Where is Professor Layton? I'd like that one to be on here.
You have it number 8, I think.
Do I?
Yeah.
Is it in there? Oh, good, good. Yeah, I actually like Professor Layton more, but I wouldn't let that bias you. Another one, Legend of Zelda, Spirit Tracks, and Touchmaster games that you, good for kids. All right, 6 out of 11. We're getting closer. The hardware and peripherals for 2000.